Alright, let's kick things off, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, happy Wednesday, everybody. We are here for the Prospects eRacing League PlayStation Tier 3 Round 10, here for the season finale here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. I am your commentator, Justin, as well as Chappers. Chappers, how you doing, my man? Good to be back in here after a...
Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
We'll just say that it was a, I'm surrounded by water, and the water started to turn green. That's all I'm gonna say. But, we're back at it, and here for the season finale. This is the final race of Tier 3 on F1 2021. It's gonna be a very emotional, event, not just for all the drivers, for us in the comms box. I can't wait to get this started, but I hope it lasts a long time, because I don't want to leave this game just yet, you know? Like, I don't want to end the season, but I also want to start the new one. It's mixed feelings.
I've already left this game part-time already. I've still got 3 more races for a different league that I've got to do on this game, but for the most part I've left this game, and to be honest, the new game is a big improvement in my opinion. Like, it's good. The cars are super responsive.
I like how you had to go closer to the mic to say that.
Yeah, I had to. To be fair, my mic is quite quiet normally on the stream, so that's why I moved it a bit closer.
Well, what's good? I can put up your voice real quick. Let me check that real quick. We'll do it real quick, but oh yeah, I already have it up. So you sound crystal as always, my mate. Yeah, now the sound is good. Yeah, it's because I have him up in the party chat, so he just sounds absolutely crisp as always. I did miss round 9 last week again, guys. Sorry, just had a very sick day. So you can ask these guys. I sound like absolute death. But Chappers, as you were here, you want to give us like a little bit of a description about what happened for the penultimate race of the season?
So it was a bit of an eventful one from what I can remember. Let me just double check. It was a bit of an undecided thing of where Guitarman Khan would have been crowned champion, and I believe he has been crowned champion. Is that correct? It's me and I was with a crew, and we were unsure on the point system whether he would have been deemed champion. We announced it on the stream, but after we were unsure, so is Guitar been crowned champion? I don't know. If he's not, the title is on the line tonight between him and Craigie.
Well, from what it looks like, Craigie is behind Guitarman Khan by 28 points. So for him,
it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. Even if he got the race win with the fastest lap, that would only be 26 points. So I think that is actually, ladies and gentlemen, let's actually congratulate Guitar Man Khan for being this season's driver's champion. But now, even though that's out of the way, we still have a very close results with the constructors. And from what it looks like, I think Alfa Romeo is pretty far up ahead enough to actually, if they get just a little bit amount of points, they're gonna get the trophy as well. So Guitar Man Khan replicating history here, as the previous season we saw AFS Natty come home with the drivers' championship, as he was in the Alfa Romeo, and we could be seeing Guitar Man Khan doing the same thing again. So we're gonna have to watch out. But here at Bahrain, anything can happen at this point, ladies and gentlemen, as Bahrain takes no prisoners, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a tough one. But I'm looking in the chat as well. Owen as well in the chat. Equazer, EE, good to see you, my man. Panda Man, we see Craigie as well racing here tonight. David Boyer, we have Villeneuve, of course, our the co-coms of Chappers. We have a little Mondi, hello. Zippo, and then we have Monday again, point for pole position as well, so it would have been 27 if he gets a perfect race, but he would still be 1 point behind. So we already have our crowned champion for drivers, but constructors is going to be where it's going to come down to.
Yeah, and I just did look back on the race from last week, and it sprung to my memory that the start of the race was actually wet. It was a wet race at the start. And then towards near the end of the race, it did start to dry up, and we did see the drivers switch to the slick tyres, and there was a bit of a variation, I believe, from mediums and softs. But There was a Guitar Man that came out on top with Panda in second and Craigie in third, who did have the fastest lap of the race as well from last week.
That is true, but it looks like P1 and 2 in the Drivers' Championship is pretty much set. So now
Yeah.
is who's going to be getting that bronze medal, that third place up for grabs. We have Panaman, Monster, Light Says So, Cavo, even Paige could get herself involved in this. So we're going to have to keep an eye on those 5 drivers, but
Yep.
Guitar Man, Con, and Craigie, they're practically going to be out there having themselves a little bit of a fun time, and like most of the drivers, their final time here on F1 2021. And actually doing it here at this track actually makes it a bit emotional for me, mainly because this was the track I actually first started my commentary back in November in a league called Limitless DXT coverage at the time. And that league is actually completely got diminished. It's just history now. But I'm so happy that we actually ended it here. It just makes it a little bit more personal for me, but like new things, like the new game, new regulation changes with the front wing encourages closer racing, and as you said from Chappers, who actually has the game, it's been a massive improvement. So this just gets us all excited. Of course, if you guys got the Champions Edition, you already have been playing it. But if you're like me, you got the Standard Edition, you can download it, but you have to be receiving it on July 1st.
Yeah, the new game is it's pretty good. I do like it. It's a lot different in my opinion to 21. The cars, to me, they feel a lot lighter and they just turn a lot better as well. But I have noticed that you have to brake slightly earlier as well compared to these 21 cars. And as well, when you're on like a lap, if you make like a slight mistake, you can lose like 0.3, 0.4, whereas on 21 you'll lose maybe 0.1 if that. So you've really got to be consistent with your pace and your lap times on 22 to withstand being in battles and things like that.
Well, so far the person that's going to be setting the standard here tonight is going to be Mason, who from what I believe has a lot to prove here tonight. In the last few races of the season, hasn't really had the best results. I believe at China, was it last week? Was it China?
No, Imola.
Imola. So Imola last week, I saw that he had himself a few spins, especially in that middle sector of turn 11 and 12. He had that huge crash with one of the McLarens at the Dutch Grand Prix a few weeks ago. So he, in my opinion, and I think in his mindset, he has a lot to prove here tonight. But with the 128.2 to kick things off, a very good time. Man like CFC in the Alfa Romeo could be making himself up there with a 128.0. I believe with those starting times, we could be seeing a little bit of a 127.6, maybe a 127.5 as the fastest, but we could even see a 126 potentially. These drivers are quick. Even though this is tier 3, these drivers are pacey, I can tell you.
Yeah, they are. Definitely. They've still got a pace for sure. They're not slow by any means. They're still very fast drivers.
Yep, and I'm actually seeing some few more new people making their way into the chat. We see Owen Sharpie, good to see you, my man. We see Larson in the chat, Koch King, who says, very odd, I've been driving the new cars, expected it to be harder to drive, but suits their driving style, especially with the heavier cars. Quite confusing, they like to spin though.
Yeah,
we
they
see
are a bit
Zippo
twitchy.
saying Zippo streams in the chat saying, yeah, braking is earlier, curbs are really difficult, also ride height is going to be key, just like in real life as well. So, and that's the one thing as well, when it comes to a new game, it's all up for grabs at this point. As we see, Chaos Druid has actually crashed out, I just saw on the minimap. But at this point, to be honest with you, anything is up for grabs. It's a new game. Anyone can get behind that car and shock the whole world and shock everyone here. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out. But of course, these drivers, they're gonna go all out in this season finale. I can definitely tell you that.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I just heard someone say the cars feel heavier to them, but to me they felt a lot lighter to drive. They just turn so easy, and to me they don't even feel like they're on the ground at times. They just feel like they're just floating in a way. But yeah, I would like to point out about the new cars, they do feel a little bit more twitchy on that rear end, shall we say. It is a little bit. twitchy if you put the power down a bit too fast out of kind of slower corners that you have to be careful on exit, because if you put too much power down, that rear will come out and you will spin. So.
Well, hopefully when it comes to the setups and maybe with future tweaks of the game, they'll be able to make it a little bit easier for us drivers. But Light Cessa currently with the purple sector 2. He's sprinting towards the qualifying line. Is he going to clock in a 120? Oh, look at the time difference there! 1/1000th of a second separate P1 and P2. Now that's is a good time there for the front two, as they're going to go all out. And it's only been the early points of qualifying. So this just shows, ladies and gentlemen, as time goes on, as the truck gets the track gets a little bit rubbered, we're going to be seeing some quicker times. I think we see a spin from T. De Silva, who's currently out of this race now. Well, not out of this race, out of qualifying. Spun around turn 4. And actually, talking about turn 4, one of the most frequent accident-prone areas of the circuit. And you can actually look around the track and we see tons of different places. We see turn 4 in sector 1. You see turn 7 and 8 as Grimmy's going towards now in sector 2. Actually, on the downhill here, the main, the biggest thing about this track is turn 9 and 10. This downhill left-hander, that front left is going to be locking up like crazy. You're going to have to control that. And also in sector 2 and sector 3, turns 12 and 13 on that uphill right-hander makes it very difficult to put your foot down on the throttle. And especially with the new game, if it's easier to spin, we're going to have to, we might be seeing a little bit of a, what would you call it? A car dump in the next game, would you say?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. I'm sure, but yeah, you could say that, I guess. I'm just watching Qatar, man. He's on mediums. Just to point out. Sorry to go off topic, but yeah, Qatar is currently on the mediums. So
oh, and look at Grimmy's time on the set of mediums, so 128.2, and that's his time on the mediums. Really so we can potentially. Grimmy?
Yeah, I don't recognize the name.
Well, I recognize his name from a different league. He's actually in a different league that I commentate for, and he's actually recently left to expand some new opportunities. He's actually won the Constructors' Championship, and his teammate actually won the Drivers' Championship, so pulling a Nico Rosberg-esque type of thing with the Constructors' Championship. But I'm glad to see his face once again. I'm telling you, this guy is a quick driver. I'm telling you this right now. Here in Division 3, I'm actually surprised he's in Division 3. I think we might be seeing him in Division 2 in the next coming of weeks, because this guy is absolutely quick.
Yep. He seems if he's done that lap time on mediums, that's quite impressive, because your Qatar man's done a 28.7 on the mediums, with Craigie with a 28.4. So, yeah, Grimmy definitely showing what he's capable of, and he's P3 and he's on the medium, so wonder what he's going to be doing on the softs if he can get a valid lap in.
Well, it looks like Craigie as well, currently up by 2.5 tenths coming into sector 3 on those 3-lap old set of mediums. We could be seeing him making around the same time as Grimmy. Only has 2 corners left, turn 14 and 15 to go on the throttle for the Red Bull here tonight. Open the DRS towards the timing line, and he's going to clock in wait, what is that? That is about 17 thousandths of a second between the runner-up of the Drivers' Championship and the newcomer of Grimmy. Both on the mediums as well, so, and that's what I'm saying, Grimmy could have a huge, huge career in prospects. I love to see him in here. I'm glad to see that he's in here. We still have a few more drivers still yet to put in the time. Kevo, Page, as well as Artistic Genius still yet to put in the time. Let's see if actually a Page is going to be switching it up a little bit, because of course the usual Page never goes out on a lap and retires. Not retires, but like disqualifies herself to start at the back of the grid. But I want to see her actual qualifying pace. Like, I want to see it, and I think tonight could be it to round off the season. Might have to wait and see, but it looks like man like CFC is currently out on the lap, and he's up by 2 tenths coming into sector 2 here. So we could be seeing the first 127 here tonight, chappers. I'm gonna leave it with you to follow him up on this lap.
Yep, no problem at all. So man like CFC is just coming through the second sector right now, and he is about to approach the second DRS section. He takes that quite nice. Actually has a little bit of a slide on the rear. They're coming out the corner. Would have lost a couple of tenths there, I'd say. But let's see what he can do now through the coming up to the death corner where the curb is. He's got to go near it. Takes that, not so bad actually, pretty good there. Let's see what he can do coming through here now on this long swooping right-hander. Takes that pretty well. He's still valid, so he lost a couple of tenths there.
Actually, sorry to cut you off here, actually. We just saw our first 127 of the night, and look at Panaman, a 127.3. Let's see if man like CFC can actually make his way through. I'm going to leave the rest with you, Chapter. Sorry, I just had to put that in.
As he is just coming across the line now as he puts the DRS on. See what he can do, and he jumps just a very slight improvement, 46 thousandths of a second improvement, but that has bumped him just into the 127s by 3 thousandths of a second. And like Sesso has just gone into third as well, I've just noticed.
Yeah, but you gotta say, what a time there from Panaman Gaming for the Williams team here tonight. Of course, had a few of a little bit of an up and down type of season this season, and looks like at Bahrain he has something to prove here tonight with that time. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out on him. Mason actually just makes himself known in the front row and proves by 3/10 to make his way with a 127.958. Light Sesso currently out there on another lap as well. But it looks like let's see, who is that coming across the line now? It looks like Pandaman, I do believe. Gonna be entering the pit lane on that one. But yeah, let's keep an eye on Light Sesso as Grimmy is actually making his way down. Light Sesso currently with a purple Sector 2, up by a few tenths coming into Sector 3 as he takes this sprint down towards turn 15 and 16. I believe that straight actually being the one where we saw this huge fire blast of Romain Grosjean, if I remember correctly.
No, it wasn't. It was the one. It was the one at the start of the lap. If we stand over like this, he jumps into second with the 27.7. It's like Sessa coming through turn 1 now. It was the point of contact, if you're on board with him, was about here, which carried him into the barrier on the right.
On the right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. It was down towards turn 3. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
got the wrong straight.
Yeah.
But an absolute masterclass of a lap there from Light Sesso. 127.7 so far, and before around 4 minutes left of qualifying, we could be seeing some strong times. But the people that we need to watch out for, actually Grimmy as well as Craigie, who are both out there on a set of softs. Grimmy currently on a lap here, and putting that time of 128.2 on a set of mediums. Just can imagine what he can put on those set of softs as he makes his way into Sector 3. Currently up by a second and a tenth. This could be a new post sitter, potentially a 126. So I'm spinning all over the place. I'm spinning all over the place. I'm so excited.
If he can nail this at the end, this could be a 126 we'll be seeing here. And he seemed to get that pretty well, actually.
And it's going to be a 126.9! Look at that!
1.3.
I said he was quick! I said he was quick! Wow. And he proves it there once again.
Very good time, actually, from Grimmy there. Very, very impressive.
Now, this actually makes me curious. In the second tier of qualifying, I'm actually curious, where would that have put him?
I'll have a look. I'll have a look for you. Just bear with me one moment.
Yeah, if you don't mind, thank you. Yeah, because that's an absolutely extraordinary time there from Grimmy. Cannot match that whatsoever. Well, some people could surprise us. We're gonna have to keep an eye out. Drivers champion Guitar Man Khan is currently out there on the set of softs. He's really messed up Sector 1 here, so it looks like he's gonna be going in for a banker lap potentially. We're now gonna go on Tilmo, who started a lap. Oh, go ahead.
That would have put him P8.
I'm saying he could be up there. But Craigie currently up by a tenth, and what's called a second and a tenth as well. He's going to be challenging Grimmy for pole position here tonight as he makes his way down the long sprint down towards turn 14 and 15. What can the runner-up make for the qualifying of the season finale here at Bahrain? Opens the DRS, and he's going to top it all off with a 126.7 for Craigie. Amazing time there from the runner-up. Guitar Man Khan looks like he's going to be starting one as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, I reckon he might be doing the 2 outlaps potentially.
But
But
now
he just crossed the line in time, so he'll get another lap.
well, we have a second and a half here of time until we see the checker flag being waved off. So this is everyone's last chance here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be it. And I'm actually curious about Artistic Genius, about what his strategy is here. He's going in the dying moments of qualifying and going on the set of mediums.
Guitar Man ran a little bit wide there, I think. Yeah, he's backed out.
Has he
Guitar Man backed up the lap.
Oh,
No, he's
man.
backed out. That's it for Guitar Man. I mean, he's got nothing to lose, so I guess he might be a little bit more kind of today maybe.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit more generous, we'll say.
Wrapped up, yeah.
But let's see, there's still a few more drivers that we got to watch out for. I think Craigie, yep, he's currently on his banker lap. Grimmy doesn't look like... Is Grimmy improving on his lap? I'm not too sure. I think I just missed it if he was.
He's just off. He's 11 thousandths off it, but he is going to probably improve if he can nail this last sector. And he has got Craigie in front of him. But Craigie's pulling him. That's Craigie done.
Let's see, Grimmy. He just lost it in the final sector. Joe's trying to see Panaman only down by a few hundredths of a second here. So we're gonna keep an eye on this man. Monster as well actually could be up for a good lap. We see the 2 Alfa Romeos making the just had a hiccup, making their way through. And
Artistic's just missed out on his lap. I think he went out at the last minute and he just missed out on setting up being able to set lap.
Well, let's see. That's going to be it for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. This is everyone's final chance to see where they line up for the season finale of Prospects eRacing League as Panaman takes the sprint down towards the timing line. And he moves up to 3rd.
Jumps ahead of Guitar Man. With Monster actually just pointing that out. I've just noticed Monster's jumped into P5 with a 127.3.
Well, let's see. Light Sesso as well. Looks like he's on a lap here. Currently up by 2/10 entering Sector 2. So let's see what the Alpine can do. Looks like Light Sesso has actually been doing pretty well recently, actually.
Yeah, he has,
in Prospects. So,
0.4.
Oh, 0.4. So that would put him potentially in the top 5.
Ahead of Guitar Man. Yeah, ahead of Guitar Man potentially. If he can nail this last sector, we could see Light Sesso more than likely jump into P4 or maybe even P3.
Oh!
So let's see what he can do.
Well, it looks
he can
like
nail
Light
this. This could be quite a good lap.
Move up to P5.
He lost a little bit of time in the last sector, unfortunately there, so just misses out on getting ahead of Guitar Man by
but
only
it looks
25 thousandths of a second.
Well, he wasn't the only one that improved here tonight. Actually, Grimmy improved by a 10th in the final few.
Oh,
but the only thing is, Grimmy could be giving himself a huge disadvantage. His tire is currently 4 laps old. And with that time, do you think it was really worth it to go out until the end? We're going to have to wait and see. But Craigie lines up on the front row. What happened, sorry?
That's a lot of laps to do on the softs, definitely. Do you want to read the grid out or shall I?
I'll read it out for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying has just finished. So let's see the run-up for today's Grand Prix. Craig and Grimmy start off in the front row with amazing times, breaking into the 126s. Then we have Panda Man, Guitar Man, Light Sesso, Monster, Mason, Man Like CFC, Tilmo, Vintage, Villeneuve, Gasmore, Pam, Mellow Space, Chaos Druid, Kevo, T Da Silva, God, Page, as well as Artistic Genius. And now with qualifying wrapped up, we're going to see you guys at the starting grid. Alright, and welcome back, where we just finished qualifying, and we're now looking down the pit lane to see what strategies these drivers are going to be on. Of course, the top 10 will be on those set of softs or mediums that they use in the qualifying session. So now, chappers, What would you say would be
Yep.
the best sort of strategy for these drivers to do here tonight? Potentially a one stop to a soft to hard, potentially soft to medium, if they can really push it out, maybe get lucky with some safety cars. What would you say would be the best optimal setup here?
Well, I think the hards are dreadful here. I do not like them at all. I actually did a 2-stop here, I believe, on Monday night when I was reserving in Tier 1. And personally, I think I went for, from what I can remember, I went for a soft, medium, soft. So, I think a 2-stop is probably the safest bet, because those hards are quite slow here, I've found. But personally, I would have gone for a 2-stop here, because tyres do shred a little bit.
Well,
But
it
the
looks like
softs and the mediums do feel pretty good, and the hards just are not for me here. I don't like them at all.
Well, it looks like that's going to be the case here. The top 10 currently on the set of softs. Everyone else on the set of mediums, except for Mark 7 God, as well as our very own PRL T De Silva, who's going to be starting on the set of softs as well. So 7 runners on the mediums, 12 runners on the set of softs. I think, in my opinion, the people ones to watch here tonight, Grimmy. We're going to be keeping an eye out on him. We're going to keep an eye out on Guitar Man Khan, of course. Panda Man could shock a lot of us here tonight. But 2 people I want to see have a good result here tonight. I want to see T De Silva and Mark 7 God make their way up the grid, but also Monster. He's been pretty unlucky with the past few races over the weeks. Well, actually, in the last month, he's been pretty unlucky with some of the races. So, and plus, he's one of our good friends as well here at PRL, and we just want to see everyone both improve, but also just have a good time.
So I do think Kevo might be a bit of an underdog today, coming from 15th on the grid, who is also on the mediums. So I would say watch out for Kevo. Because he's been getting quite good performances, especially at Kota as well. He came from near the back of the grid to like 3rd or something, didn't he? I think 3rd or 4th. From what I can remember at Kota from the back.
Yep,
so
it was.
Watch out for Kevo.
Yeah, I
As
remember
the
that
drivers
actually.
as we see the drivers now just about to line up on the grid as Craigie brings the pack to the grid. At the top, is it the top 8 are a bit separated actually, I think. No, sorry, the top 7 are a bit separated from the rest of the pack. So that's quite interesting to see.
Well, as it is the end of the season here, this is the final race of the season. I'm actually going to leave it with you, Chappers, to kick things off. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, tell us who you're going to be rooting for here tonight.
Right, so as the last remaining drivers line up on the grid, Artistics just lined up now. So here we go then, guys. It is. The lights are wearing in its 5 lights, and it is lights out and away we go for the finale of Tier 3 of Prospects on F1 2021, as Craigie seems to have gotten a really good start actually, as he powers onto the lead, and I think Grimmy's actually kept this position off Guitar Man Khan, who's jumped up ahead of Panda Man, who's not had one of the greatest starts actually, as Panda Man goes on the outside of Guitar Man Khan there, and he's gotten ahead of him. Well, Panda's back ahead of Guitar Man with like Cesso challenging Guitar Man Khan as well. Guitar Man keeps him at bay. And top 5 actually pulled a gap as well from the 6th position of Mason. His Monster's all over the back of him as Mason used a bit of his battery there already to try and keep the Ferrari driver at bay.
Yep, and it looks like one of the drivers has actually been left in the dust here in the desert of where are we again? Sorry, Sakir.
Bahrain.
Here in the deserts of Sakir, Chaos Druid actually had himself a little bit of a spin coming off the exit of turn 3 as he's been falling behind. We're now also looking at man like CFC was going side to side with Monster for a quick second there. Decides to back out of it as always in this game. When it comes to League Racing, is not a sprint race, it's more of a marathon, but 2 people having a good battle near the back. Oh, it looks like Mason had himself a spin around turn 12 and 13 as he loses his front wing, and he's going to have to make an early pit stop. Very unfortunate for Mason there. His bad luck just gets worse, but the good luck of Craigie with an amazing start now leads the way. Start of lap 2 by over a second for Craigie. Amazing stuff from the man.
I will point out, Page did a great move on Kevo there, and Kevo's actually pitted, so has Kevo got wing damage?
I'm not entirely too sure. But looks
I
like
mean, if
Mellow
he's
Space
pitted,
and
it's
Gas
more
More
than
Pam
likely
going side to.
he has.
Oh,
He's got
there's
side
another.
box.
There's another spin. Vintage had himself a spin. I'm not too sure if he reset, but he had himself a little bit of an incident while he was going side to side with someone. T da Silva makes the move on Villeneuve, and looks like Mellow Space and Gas More Pam going side to side down towards turn 4. And look at Gasmore Pam put too much throttle down as he spins around turn 4 on the exit from battling out with Mellow Space, now down to P16 at the early stages of this race. We also see a pretty close battle for P9. Mark 7 got T da Silva as well as Villeneuve. T da Silva finds himself in a pretty tough position right now in an Aston Martin sandwich, but Mark 7 God goes wide. T da Silva is going to have the power down, and he gets himself out of that sandwich and moves up into P9 with a beautiful move. And now Guitar Man Khan, look how close Guitar Man Khan is to Panda Man, down towards turn 13 as they take the sprint towards turn 14 here. And that top 4, like, they are going to go at it. Same with the 3 people behind them in P5, 6, and 7 of Light Sesso, Monster, and Man like CFC. But also, look at the 2 Aston Martins, as well as Mellow Space, looking to get involved in that, as he gets to move around the outside Mark 7 God on the final few corners.
Is it me, for you, or has Mark 7 God more got a helmet on?
Oh yes, he joined in midway, so he's gonna go all out here tonight. Monster with the dive bomb on the inside of Light Sesso, and he's able to make it, he's able to pull it off, and now he's gonna have to defend against a man like CFC who has the DRS, and actually, that was very smart there from Light Sesso. Able to go on the inside of Monster, cut off man like CFC, and trap him behind Monster. As they know goes contact! Contact with Light Sesso and Monster! As Light Sesso goes spinning off in the gravel, but rejoins right in P8 ahead of T da Silva. Unfortunate with the contact, but Monster kind of was in the right position there. It's just that that curve just took too much of that curve for Light Sesso, and it just really messed up his momentum there. But so far, good racing from start till now, actually.
Yeah, it just seemed a little bit like Light Sesso just kind of went for to place his car where he shouldn't have really placed it there. I'd say that was more so Light Sesso's fault, because Monster was way ahead of him and he was still challenging him into a corner that you shouldn't really challenge on. So yeah, a bit of an incident there, but
yeah, we're currently on board with T da Silva. He's going to be having DRS on Tilmo, and we can actually see the gap coming into the final few corners is going to be around 3/10, maybe 5/10 on the exit, as Tilmo has a better line. But we're actually going to be seeing how much gap he makes as Tilmo's teammate of Light Sesso shoots it for the pit lane. T da Silva was around 7/10, but it looks like he's actually struggling against to catch up to Tilmo. We'll be having DRS once again up towards turn 4. We're actually now going to go on board with actually on the rear end of Grimmy. Panaman actually having a better exit around turn 4 here as we make our way towards turn 5, 6, and now 7. And you can see the amount of dirty air and a little bit of a sparks to put the cherry on top for Panaman, as he's stuck right behind Grimmy down towards turn 9 and 10 now as we take this excruciating double apex downhill left-hander as Panaman goes into the back of Grimmy and has lost his end plate. But looks like he's going to try and make the move around the outside. He's squeezing himself through. He doesn't have that much room, but he's going for it. But the front wing is really going to mess him up here as Guitar Man Khan tries to find the space, which he's able to now. And Gaspar Pam, ooh, really close quarters there. I'm telling you that right now, Panaman and Guitar Man Khan, their butt cheeks must have been clenched with that move just then.
I mean, my butt cheeks were clenched and I was just spectating.
Oh, and look at T da Silva. He's right on the tail end of Tilmo. Tilmo takes the defensive line on the inside, down towards turn 14 and 15.
Grimmy's pitted.
Grimmy. Well, remember, he had those 4-lap old set of softs, so you're going to have to take that early pit stop. But look at this now. T da Silva.
Hards, maybe.
Onto the hards, we're going to have to wait and
he's
see.
Going on mediums. Mediums for Grimmy.
Well, so far as it's been...
try and take these quite far.
Oh, look at Tilmo with the dive! Down towards turn 1, locks up on the front left. Now, that would have been an amazing move. Looks for the switchback. Down towards turn 3. Look at this move from Tilmo on the inside towards turn 4. Amazing from the Alpine driver. And, well, except for that part right there as he brakes a little bit too early. Well,
Yeah,
too late, sorry.
too late, yeah. And that's just allowed Tito Silva to come back and overtake him again. And it's actually great to see the two Ferrari drivers third and fourth at the moment as well. So the Ferrari's doing a good job so far this race. It'd be nice to see them have a good race actually though to round off the season because they've had a little bit of bad luck. A pair of them have actually, I think, in the last couple of races.
And it looks like Tillmo goes wide once again, so he's really struggling here tonight. And look at Villeneuve. Villeneuve technically in provisional lead of this race with those 4-lap old set of mediums, as he's really clocking in those lap times here for those set of mediums. So, and coming down to the end of lap 5 here, as Craigie crosses the line now, an amazing race for the two protagonists of Tier 3. Of Craigie and Guitar Man Khan, as they are 1-2, not in the positions of the championship, but Craigie actually going into the pit lane now, so he's going to be trying to pull some sort of undercut potentially on Craigie, but gotta say, this race so far has a little bit of battles, a little bit of contact, but overall an amazing start to the finale of the season.
Agree, and Paige has also made her way up into 7th. With a few of those drivers pitting, so
we'll make that 8th as she's now battling out with Mellow Space. Yeah, Mellow Space just had the better line there towards turn 1, 2, and 3. Paige will not be getting DRS down towards turn 4, but she has the better racing line. So she's going to make it up a little bit of gap here to the Red Bull up ahead. But so far, these drivers are doing very, very well, gotta say. Kevo as well, currently on those set of hards, right on the tail end of Mark 7 God near the back. So we could be seeing them two have a pretty good battle. But look at the gap between the leader right now. The gap between Craigie and Gaspar Pam currently over a second, but you can see that from P1 to P3, 16 seconds. So if Craigie goes into the pit lane right now, he might be coming out just ahead of Grimmy, maybe just ahead of Paige if he really pushes it for an in lap.
Yeah, he's coming.
So let's see what tires he's going to go on now.
Mediums, I'd say. Yeah, mediums. Good stop there from the Red Bull team. There's a Monster's pit as well.
They always do.
Monster in the pits. Monster onto the mediums also.
And let's see, is Guitar Man Khan going to get ahead of Craigie now? It does not look like it, but look at the amount of drivers between Craigie and Guitar Man Khan now. Craigie has played that absolutely perfectly. Yeah. Guitar Man Khan just got caught up in the, what's the word? In the traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's really messed him up here.
Moves his way past Mellow Space. Oh, Mellow Space had a moment. Guitar Man's hit the back of him. Has Guitar Man got wing damage?
It does not look like it.
Doesn't. He did hit the back of him pretty hard. So Guitar Man a little bit lucky there.
Yeah, just a little bit of a push there, so he was able to make his way through. Now he's looking at the medium runners up ahead, but Kevo is now out of this race. We're going to go on board with Mason to see what happened there, and it looks like he pulled a Nikita Mazepin around turn 3, and that is just not someone that you want to be compared to, but hey, we're rebels in this commentator's box. But look at Harman Khan making the move on Paige to go up into P7, but now being looking at Grimmy and Tillmo up ahead. Those new set of softs are really going to be starting to clock in as Grimmy makes the way past Tillmo. Guitar Man as well. And I think we could be seeing Guitar Man Khan now up into P5. He's going to be eyeing down Craigie, but Craigie also has DRS off of Vintage.
A little bit of a DRS train missing here.
And
I think, personally.
And there we go, Craigie now back into the podium positions here. Guitar Man actually couldn't make the move against Craigie, so it looks like Craigie used a lot of his ERS to stay ahead.
Yeah, both Grimmy and Guitar Man Khan are on the same amount of battery, very, very low at the moment, 6% and 5%.
Ooh, look how close they're getting as well.
Yeah.
He's really testing the limits of that Alfa Romeo. But looks like now we have a four-way battle for P3, a four-way DRS train. So This could be pretty nice as well. Lastly, Lawson saying, why is Paige actually doing good? Because she's an amazing driver, mate. Never clock anyone out of a victory or a points finish. Because these guys and gals can really make you shocked and surprise you.
You can never discount any of the drivers you're seeing on this grid.
Oh, and look at Guitar Man. Is he looking on the inside of Grimmy? Potentially. Grimmy gives the space. Guitar Man's going to stick his nose in, but he's not going to be having the slipstream off of Vintage, so that's going to be helping Grimmy stay in P5. Guitar Man will now be slotting right behind. Oh, he's looking for it. Grimmy gives the space once again. And look, Vintage just starts to go into the pit lane now. T. Silva into the pits as well, as Craigie clocks in the fastest lap. And this is just bad news for Guitar Man Khan. He's stuck right behind Grimmy, who was just able to get DRS off of Vintage down towards turn 1. So he really needs to pick his most opportunist moment to make the move. But Villeneuve, just to give you guys a little bit of a recap of the race right now, Villeneuve is currently leading this race, still yet to make a pit stop on 8-lap-old set of mediums. Then we have the runner-up of the Drivers' Championship, Craigie, currently in P2, Grimmy in P3. Then we have Guitar Man Khan, the Drivers' Champion, in P4, Paige currently up into P5, men like CFC in P6, Panaman in P7, Monster in P8, Light Sesso in P9, T. Silva rounds up the top 10 with Vintage, Chaos Druid, Mark 7 God, Telmo, Mason, Artistic Genius, Mellow Space, and Gasmar Pam lines up the rear.
That was Craigie's caught right up to Villeneuve now, so I do think in this next DRS then we will see Craigie fly past Villeneuve. Because they're still live in those mediums yet, he won't have to pit yet, they're still live in them, so.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye out on this one here. So let's see how Villeneuve does. Guitar Man Khan, oh actually Villeneuve goes right behind Craigie, and Craigie has the DRS, so a beautiful overtake from Craigie to retake the lead of this race. Start of lap 10, Guitar Man able to make the move on Grimmy, and defends on the inside down towards turn 1. But now can Villeneuve make up the move once again? Same goes with Grimmy potentially on Guitar Man Khan, as we have another DRS straight to go. But as it stands right now, Craigie's still in the lead and Guitar Man Khan still in the podium.
Yep, Guitar Man doing a good job, although he is on soft, so he's going to have to pit again, definitely. So Guitar Man's probably doing the soft medium strategy. So 10 laps in, 19 to go, we're about a third of the way through now, so.
Yep, and it looks like Villeneuve had himself a huge lockup down towards turn 9 and 10. That's going to be giving Guitar Man Khan an opportunity to catch up now. But Monster as well, right on the tail end of Panaman, down towards turn 10, has a little bit of a wider line. Panaman actually gets a faster exit than Monster, but that DRS, the ERS, and a little bit of slipstream is going to be helping him out down towards turn 11 here. Oh, but look at the move on Guitar Man Khan, going right ahead of Villeneuve, but now this is actually going to be terrible for Guitar Man, because he doesn't have DRS. Villeneuve will now have DRS and potentially retake second place here. And now looking at the gap, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, it's not. Villeneuve also hasn't used any of his batteries, so that's something else to point out. Is he's locking up everywhere. Those tyres are starting to fade now. As you see Grimmy just on the rear of Villeneuve now, and I think Grimmy is going to try and go for the move on Villeneuve.
Oh, and it looks like they're going at it side to side, up towards turn 4.
Yep, he's got him.
Amazing move there from Grimmy. Sets himself up for P3 here tonight. Still a long way to go, still over half the race to come. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing race, and if you guys are just queuing in, welcome to Prospects eRacing League, as we're here for the PlayStation Tier 3, the season finale, round 10 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Commentators, myself, Justin, or Just Gaming, as well as Chappers. And so far, just to sum it up for you, It's been a very, very enjoyable race. Back-to-back battles all over the field. What more could you ask for to round up the season?
No, you can't ask for anything more, can you, really? It's been a very entertaining race so far, and I'm sure that it's going to get a little bit more entertaining as the race goes on.
Well, it looks like the closest battles that we have on the field is going to be for P3 with Villeneuve and Grimmy, as well as P12 with Tilmo and Mark 7 God. So the track is a little bit spread out, but that's just going to be the interchanging of strategies here tonight. And with Monster getting himself a 3-second time penalty, let's actually look at the time penalties here tonight. Every one of these drivers.
Again.
Oh, go ahead.
Monster's pit again. It's on he's on 0 lap on mediums.
Yeah, he pitted on the previous lap. So,
okay.
Looks like he had himself
he pitted at the same time as Craigie before. But he's pit again.
So it looks like he wasn't really feeling those tires, I guess. So, changing strategy from what it looks like.
He's had 2 stops. I think he might have had a spin that we missed or something.
Maybe.
That's his second stop. That's his second stop of the race, so...
We might have to check the footage, but these drivers currently on 3 seconds of time penalties. Tilmo, Monster, Chaos Druid, as well as Artistic Genius, all on 3 seconds of time penalties. But so far, the main 2 protagonists of the season are currently the main 2 protagonists of the race. And if you do remember, Qatarman Khan was actually behind Craigie by around around 3 seconds actually earlier on, and it looks like right now he's catching up a little bit, 2.4 seconds. The only thing is that I think Craigie's using a little bit of a lower downforce setup, so on these straights he's really going to be making up some sort of gap, but in those corners it's going to be Qatarman Khan's opportunity.
I'm just reading the chat right now to see if anybody's asked us any questions. It doesn't seem like it, so... No, nothing in the chat so far that we need to pay close attention to. It's just general, the guys just chit-chatting. So that's... I think I'll check in a little bit.
Yeah, but let's actually go down with the standings real quick, actually, to round it off. And so far, Qatarman Khan leads the way and is confirmed Drivers' Champion with 146 points. Craigie in second with 118. Then we have Panaman Gaming with 78 points. Monster with 71. We have Lightsesto 65. Kevo 55. Page 53. Bubbers 51. Voice of Chris at 49. T. Da Silva at 46. Villeneuve with 34. Vintage currently with 33. And I believe that rounds up the majority actually. Actually, we can go through the rest. Mellow Space with 20. Tilmo with 12. Dom Moore with 8. Mark 7 God with 6. Real Shadow with 2, Artistic Genius with 2. I believe Real Shadow is Mason, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Gaspar Pam with 1, and Chaos Druid still yet to put in a point here.
Chaos Druid had a nightmare of a race last week at Imola. It was a lot of spins in the wet weather, and just had just something was going on. I don't know what it was, but
probably just an off day for the man, but
yeah.
Currently in P15 and doing pretty well. He's doing better than Danny Rick would do in real life, so I'm just saying. And granted, I don't know why I'm acting trying to act like I'm dissing them. I'm a McLaren fan, so I'm actually pissed off about it. But yeah, Qatarman Khan currently with 1.8 seconds behind Craigie, and he is catching on those set of softs. The only thing is, those softs are going to start to lose out a little bit right now, around 1.6, around 7 laps, sorry. So I don't know if Craigie's actually going to be catching. I'm sorry, Qatarman Khan is going to be catching up to Craigie before he has to make that pit stop. I don't think that's going to be the case right now.
And I just saw in the chat that Monster did clarify that it was wing damage that he had. Was the reason for his second stop. So,
well, we're currently looking at
clarify that for us.
Well, we're currently looking at a close battle for the points here. Vintage with a huge late braking zone. That's going to be giving Villeneuve the opportunity, and Vintage, because of that, loses out on DRS off of T. Da Silva, so Villeneuve might have it here, and Villeneuve is actually currently on the set of hards, so he's going to be using that DRS as much as possible to catch up. Mark 7 got him. Mason currently going side to side down towards turn 4, And Mark 7 God takes a lot of that curb actually. Mason around the outside is able to make the move up into P15 here. And it looks like it might be time for Mark 7 God to make a pit stop potentially. I mean, he just made one, but it looks like those mediums aren't really clocking in. So instead of that, he might just have to give it a few laps to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And also, what's the point out? I think Paige is the only driver not to pit, and as I say that, Paige does come into the pit, so perfect.
I think she might go into set of softs potentially. Yes, she is.
Yeah. I think it might be a medium soft run that she's gonna do. So. Unless
they're hoping for another, well, not another, but like hoping for like a safety car, because we've only had one crash of Kevo, which didn't bring out.
Last this long. The softs won't last this long.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think she'll be hoping for potentially a safety car to extend that stint of those set of softs, but so far we're now seeing,
depending on the situation, because the tires will be fresh.
Oh, look at Mellow Space and Chaos Druid. Mellow Space defense on the inside, Chaos Druid around the outside. Now swapping roles on the inside now of turn 2. And Mellow Space has the move once again, but both of them now without DRS. Oh, actually, Mellow Space did have DRS, just used it really late. And that's going to be giving Chaos Druid the opportunity to make the move around the outside. And Mellow Space does have to yield, now down to P14. Mason has just lost out to Mark 7 God down to DRS straight. Guitar Man Khan has entered the pit lane with 13 laps to go as he switches to a set of mediums to ensure he reaches the end.
I think that was quite a sensible choice there for Guitar Man Khan, and potentially if there is a late safety car he will just jump in the pits and go into another set of softs more than likely. Which I think the majority of the field will do if there is a late safety car. Just to point out, Paige is on the back of Monster right now as Light Sasso comes into the pits. He's coming out actually. He's on another set of mediums.
So we're gonna have to keep an eye out on him. But Paige as well as Monster. Yeah, you can see that Paige on those new set of softs really able to catch up to Monster, and now look at the gap that she is making down towards turn 1. Is she gonna make the move on Monster? Takes a lot of that curb actually, so could be looking at underbody damage, but Paige is able to solidify the move. Monster now down to P12, both of them without DRS. Yeah. Oh, actually no, Paige had it, sorry, Paige had it, yeah.
Paige had DRS, yeah.
And now with those set of softs, she's able to drive away in the sand dunes, but absolutely amazing move there. She's close to getting into the points here tonight. We're now also seeing what's that, a three-way battle, 4P6 off of T de Silva, Vintage, and Villeneuve. These three have been battling out with the DRS on and off for quite a few laps now. So, but out of those three, who do you think is going to be coming out on top? Because mainly with Villeneuve on those new set of hards, with T de Silva's and Vintage's 3-lap-old set of mediums. I mean, sorry, 6-lap-old set of mediums. I don't think they're going to be able to reach the end. I think Villeneuve might just have the scoop on those two drivers.
It's difficult to call really, because those hards are just, in my opinion, diabolical. As man like COC is pitted for fresh mediums. It's a tough one to call. Probably say give it another 3 laps and then it'll be more of a easier choice to say, but at the moment those mediums seem to like they're holding out. But personally I think T de Silva and Vintage will be pitting shortly for a set of softs. I really think they're going to pit for a set of softs.
Yeah, I think they might actually go in at the same time, just so they have someone to get some DRS off of. But it looks like just up ahead of him, Gaspar Pam has had himself a little bit of another spin here tonight, and it just shows that he's really struggling here at Bahrain. But so far they're doing pretty well. Mason as well as Mark 7 God going side to side up towards turn 3, and Mason with the DRS up ahead of Mark 7 God is able to make the move as they're going side to side in the beginning corners. Vintage as well, right on the tail end of T de Silva, up sector 3 now. And it looks like they're catching up to Gaspar Pam now. And if I think T de Silva, if Gaspar Pam didn't respect the blue flags just then, T de Silva would have been having some DRS, which would have actually helped him down towards turn 1, but at the time, for the time being, Vintage is the one with the DRS. Panaman actually just enters the pit lane here, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out about when he comes out and where he comes out. But Vintage now sees the blinking red lights off of T to Silva, and with the DRS able to make the move up into P4, as T to Silva now down to P5 here, looking for the switchback. And look, Vintage actually gives the position back. It looks like Vintage had himself a little bit of a incident off at the exit there, and T to Silva able to retake P4 now. Not too sure exactly what happened there with the Haas. Did you see anything there, chappers?
I did not, but I also want to point out Pandaman is pitted on to fresh mediums, 12 lap old mediums, and Grimmy is on 12 lap old mediums, and Craigie on 10 lap old mediums. So I do feel that the front two will be pitting very shortly, and there is yellow flags in sector 1. Who was that for? I
think Chaos Druid potentially. I'm not entirely too sure. Well, look at these two, man. Mark 7 got and Mason. Them two have been battling out for the longest time. Gasmore Pam! Wait, yes, Gasmore Pam!
No, it's Gasmore Pam.
He's into the wall off at the exit of turn 2, so luckily still able to be in this race.
Yeah, Craig is just coming back round now, so Gasmore Pam's race going from bad to worse. Yeah.
Well, let's see, as we now have just over 10 laps left in this race here, ladies and gentlemen. 11 to be exact. This three-way battle for P4 has been brewing up for the longest time. Tita Silva makes his shot into the pit lane. And you know he's going to go on those set of softs to make sure the undercut happens. Wait, no. He's going on the set of mediums. Interesting. I thought he would have just pushed those set of softs until the end. But no, it looks like it's going to be the...
I think the front two are going to go on to softs at the end because they're staying out, so...
Well, let's see what their plan is.
Craigie's 15 seconds ahead of Grimmy.
Yeah, Craigie is just on another level here tonight, man. He's been doing exceptionally well.
Yep, fair play to him. Rolling off the season on a high at the moment. I think he's just going to be chilling at the minute, really, isn't he?
Exactly. It looks like we have another spin. It's going to be Chaos Druid once again. Oh! The ghosting effect coming in just in time as Mason and Mellow Space makes their way through. Mark 7 God also enters the pit lane. Same goes with Gasmore Pam. So it looks like potentially trying to steal the fastest lap at the end. We're going to have to wait and see on that one. But Villeneuve still right on the tail end of Vintage, coming off of turn 13 here. And now I think we're going to be seeing Villeneuve's hard start to really live up to its name, as Vintage's mediums could be looking worse for wear, let's say.
Yeah. For sure. Wait, Gasmore Pan's doing that. Okay, he's retired in the pit lane, I think. Mark 7 God, 3-second time penalty. I do think that we will see Grimmy or Craigie box very shortly for a set of softs. I think Grimmy will just more than likely see that Craigie's pitted and he will just follow him in. But Craigie's still pulling the gap, 16 seconds.
Well, let's see. And also, we actually got a little bit of praise, chappers, in the chat from Zippo Streams, from one streamer commentator to another. Great streams tonight, guys. Seriously, appreciate it, my guys. We always try to look to impress, but we also always look to improve as well. So if you have any suggestions, let us know in the chat as always. If not, if you got us on Discord, let us know from there as well. But one thing that we are actually seeing here is the massive position changes throughout the grid, and so far, the usual actually, Paige, currently up in 9 positions off of her starting position, so doing an exceptional job. Grimmy, oh yeah, Craigie's in the pit lane, and same goes with Grimmy. So now Guitar Man Khan's new set of mediums, has he pulled the undercut on Craigie here? And it looks like he has. Guitar Man Khan takes the lead of this race 4 laps early, but Craigie now on the set of sauce here. So we're going to be seeing him catch up in the next coming of laps. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that gap now. 4.9 seconds.
He's really going to be caught up by Vintage.
Yes, Vintage he is.
Villeneuve ahead of Grimmy.
And man like
and
CFC.
Man like CFC.
But the thing is, Vintage and Villeneuve going side to side as always. They've been going side to side throughout the entirety of this lap. And I
Yep.
think that's going to help out man like CFC as well as Grimmy catch back up, as Grimmy takes a
Yeah.
super wide exit of around turn 3 in the background there. But now you can see it was 4.9 at the beginning of turn 1. Now down to 4 seconds between Craig and Guitar Man Khan. We might be
Yep.
seeing Craigie have a battle out with him in about a lap or two here.
Yeah, and those softs will easily make it to the end. They might feel a little bit iffy at 28, 29, but for the most part now, Craigie can put his foot down, get the hammer down, and try and bridge that gap to Guitar Man Khan, and he's brought it down now to 3.5 seconds, and that will just continue to come down over these couple of laps. Yeah.
But the thing as well, though, is that was actually a very good strategy call here from Craigie. Some people might not believe because he's currently in second, but the thing is, with him going on to the set of softs, the only thing is that those lap 28 and 29, he can actually cancel those out, mainly because the amount of gap that he's going to have with the amount of laps that he will be ahead of Guitar Man Khan is going to be absolutely beautiful. And he's going to be channeling all of that energy, all of those rubbers, all of those little strips of rubber to keep him exactly down on the ground.
Vintage in the pits, as I expected he would, being on 12 lap old mediums, and he goes on to first softs, which pushes Monster into 8th as he runs a little bit wider turn 1. Yellow flags turn 1 is that. I mean, that was just probably one of the guys coming out of the pits, maybe. But Craigie's pulled the gap down now to 2 seconds. He's closing in fast.
Oh, and look at the move on Grimmy actually on Villeneuve here. And Villeneuve just couldn't get down on the power early enough with those set of hards. Of course, he's still going to be trying to catch up here. But Grimmy able to make it his way up into the podium positions. And if someone in the chat can check for me, please, is this Grimmy's debut here in Prospects? Because I've seen him in different. I've seen him in a different league. Like I've done commentary for him, so I could get him mixed up with a different league. But if this is his debut, hey, we might be seeing a trifecta for the Drivers' Championship next season. You never know.
Potentially, that I do think it is his debut. I really do.
Yeah, it's his debut. He raced Friday. Yeah, for the what's the word? The Academy.
Okay.
That makes sense. Thank you, Zippo. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, so it looks like Zippo and I actually had a little bit of chemistry actually before. So I didn't realize it was you actually, Zippo. Well, hey, the more you know and it's definitely a small world. I can definitely tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
But now, if you were in Guitar Man,
I do feel that Grimmy. Sorry about that. I do feel that Grimmy has the pace for tier 2. I really do.
Yep. And what did I say at the beginning?
Yeah.
I tell you.
He's fast, right? He's fast.
But we're actually currently on the rear end of Guitar Man Khan. He's actually holding off Craigie a little bit. But the thing is, down the DRS zones, this is where Guitar Man Khan is really going to be vulnerable here with those old set of mediums. The only thing is as well is that if you were in Guitar Man Khan's position, would you let Craigie through, or would you try and get the race win here tonight?
It's difficult to say. It would depend on my situation, how comfortable I felt with. He has tried defending Craigie a little bit, but DRS is just too powerful. Craigie's just zoomed ahead of him. Me being on 7 lap old mediums and him being on 2 lap old softs, I would just let him through and try and get the DRS and try and stick with him as best as I can, because I would know that those softs could potentially drop off towards the end and I could gain that little bit of an advantage. As I would just let him through and try and my best to stay with him, and I think it seems like Guitar Man's going to do a good job here, and I do think he will stay with him for probably the next couple of DRS sections, but definitely this one for sure. But if he can nail this last sector here, I do think he will be able to stay with him for the front straight, which I think is what he needs to do, but the gap's already a second, so I think his fight for P1 is over, and he knows for a fact that regardless if the championship is still on the line for like 24 points, I would just accept.
Guitar Man! Woo! What a save he just done there! Look at that! Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. That must have been the greatest save we have ever seen here tonight. Wow! What a save!
About that trying to stay with Craig. I'm out the window now. Personally, that's gone now.
But hey, you gotta say, Guitar Man Khan has really pulled something out of his rear to keep that car from going into the wall. Cause the amount of people that would have seen him spin right there and fully given up. Wait a minute, I'm looking at something here. Oh, hold on, I'm just seeing something. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta put our hands together for Craigie as well. He knows that his championship fight is over right now. And look, he's actually slowing down because he wants to battle up with Guitar Man Khan and leave it at the end. Look at this guy. You gotta love you gotta love that. I'm sorry. You have to love that. Great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship.
Definitely, and I think after that save, I think I would do the same thing if there was no championship on the line anymore. And it just gives kind of respect to your rival of the season as such as well, to, in a way, more than likely, oh look, he's weaving, I think it's more than likely just to give the respect for one another.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. We love to see that.
He's letting through, look.
We love to see that.
Wow.
That is amazing. And look, Craigie's actually giving this. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta give another round of applause for Craigie. Look, he was actually slowing down a little bit to give him a little bit of a gap. I think Craigie might actually want Guitar Man Khan to take the win here tonight.
Maybe, but
actually nope, he's going on that throttle now. Never mind. Oh, Zippo says for you, XC Chappers, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call the commentator's curse. Yep, and especially Zippo, you would know. That's just part of the job description. We don't, it's like, what would you call it? We call it an uncontrollable demon, where we just say the words, we don't know who it's going to go to, and we just let it happen.
It's like that one annoying thing that a worker does. It's like, us doing the commentator's curse is like someone calling in sick at work. You don't like doing it, and they're not sick. It's like you're bunking off. It's like something that we do that just everybody in the workforce or on the track in a commentator's way displeases of the commentator's curse, and an employer would displease of a
to be honest with you,
day off.
I actually love doing that because I think I've learned a way to actually control it a little bit. I like to have a little bit of power. I'm getting mad with power, but what's it called? It's just
the
fun.
Power of the curse.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lamb. Oh, Aid Lamb. How you doing, man? It's been a while since I've seen you in here. The hell? If Guitar Man Khan had DNF, then as it stands, Craig would have lost the title by 1 point. That is true.
Wow, man.
That is true. But now you can see right here, Grimmy has something to prove. He is not going to let off. He's not going to let off whatsoever. He has something to prove here tonight as his debut. He's going to go at it. He's going to go all out. And if it stays like this, he'll be currently in second place. And Craigie will take the race win. But yeah, my boy Crew in the chat, look. I thought you were joining sooner. Good to have you in here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just queuing in, three more laps left here tonight for prospects for the season finale. This is the last time these drivers are gonna race here. And look, they let Grimmy through, and look, Craigie and Guitar Man Khan, out of pure respect for having a dominant season between the two, back and forth battles from round one until now, pay off their respects. You know what, if they're gonna go side to side, I gotta turn off the HUD because this is absolutely beautiful. Because this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you love to see. Sportsmanship, but also respect. And that's what here in Prospects we strive to have. as we see Guitar Man waving side to side in pure happiness, and you gotta say he's gonna be proud. Same with Guitar Man Khan. They've both fought each other from day in and day out, and honestly, to see that just warms our hearts.
Yeah, it's really good to see them, and as well, it's almost a nice way for them to round off the season on this game as well. Steve Craigie's there just chilling now, I think, and also to point out, from this mutual respect, Grimmy's floating off into the distance in the lead.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. He's alright. He's a good guy. I know
He's alright.
From when I commentate with him, he's an amazing guy. And for you Zippo in the chat, just letting you know, actually in that league, Grimmy and you would know Michael F1, they've actually won the drivers champion, the constructors championship. Michael won the drivers in their respective league. So Grimmy's gonna be here for the race win, but honestly, the main shoutouts here tonight are going to be to Craig and Guitar Man Khan. And as we have 2 laps left to go here, chappers, I think we're going to have to break the rules here. We are going to have to give 2 driver of the days to both Guitar Man Khan and Craigie, because in my opinion, they both deserve it. Had an amazing race here tonight, an amazing season from start to finish, and to round it off with just pure respect, acknowledgement, all of that good stuff. You just love to see it, and I think no one else could deserve it here tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice little gesture, I do feel, but in all honesty, if we could give 3, I would also have to say Grimmy. But you know, I agree with you. Potentially, we could do that. It would just all depend on what the admins or the stewards would say about that one. But in Sector 3, someone's... Wait, Craigie's got low fuel mode.
Does he actually?
He's in low fuel mode.
He is? Well, actually, no, it's the final laps. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, he is on low fuel mode. And look at man like CFC is now going to go at it. He's going to try and make the move up ahead, but yeah.
Because there was no safety car.
Yeah, there was no safety car. Wait, actually, is he though? Because he is reaching those 200.
Grimmy's low on fuel as well.
I thought it was only because it was the final laps.
I think they're low fuel mode because Craigie was only going like 170 down the straight.
Okay, no. Now I know Craigie is because he's ghosted. He is now on low fuel mode. Grimmy still has quite a bit of fuel, but he's close to empty here. He is close to empty, but Craigie is officially on low fuel mode. As far as first impressions go, I'm really impressed. If this is the racing in Tier 3 as well, just signed up for PC. Can't wait to be subbed in if someone doesn't show up. Hey, I'm going to be watching that as well, Coach King. I think that's how you say your name, if not COJ King. I'm going to be watching out for that, so you better provide, my man. You better provide. But, again, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to round it off. Grimmy comes home to take the win in his debut here in Prospects. But Guitar Man Khan, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, because the history has repeated itself. Guitar Man Khan, Alfa Romeo, takes Drivers Champion and Constructors Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. It is the double championship, Guitar Man Khan. Amazing, amazing, amazing scenes here tonight. And to round off the season in such a beautiful way, Craigie as well, finishing in P7, has had an outstanding race. Could not have done any better, because even with the low fuel mode, he was able to hold off with Guitar Man Khan, pay a lot of respects for the rivalry throughout the season, and this season is going to be one to remember.
Definitely.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back, actually, as we wait for the few drivers to finish off. Chappers, I actually want to get the podium here tonight, but specifically, I want Guitar Man Khan and Craigie to join the party for a last season finale interview.
But let me just.
So
I haven't got Grimmy, so if you got Grimmy, can you?
Oh, we can probably do the players met. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wait on Mellow's Face and Chaos Druid to finish off. driver interview went. We're gonna do it right now, COJ King. We're gonna do it right after this. Yeah, you got him in?
Yeah, Grimmy, and so I've got Guitar Man, Craigie, Grimmy, and who was third?
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. Let me find Villeneuve.
But an absolutely amazing race. He's going to have the spotlight for the time being. Grimmy takes the race win here tonight in his debut.
Some of the players because of their settings, so you'll need to add
their private settings, yeah. No worries, we'll get them in. The main two is going to be the two on top of the Drivers' Championship, and one of them has joined of Craigie. Still waiting on Guitar Man. We have Villeneuve. Let me see if we can get Grimmy in. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to round up the season finale here tonight, but an absolutely amazing race all round. And this is the rundown. Grimmy, Guitar Man Khan, and Villeneuve finish off onto the podium. Light says so. Men like CFC and Vintage finishes up the top 6 with Craigie, T. Da Silva, Monster, and Panda Man rounding up the top 10. The non-point finishers are going to be Paige, Mason, Tilmo, Mark 7 God, Mellow Space, as well as Chaos Druid, Artistic Genius, Gasmar Pam, and Kevo. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be rounding it off. We're going to be right back to hear from the two protagonists of the championship. And we're also going to be hearing, hopefully, from Grimmy as well as Villeneuve. And I saw that you guys have just joined in to party. Please check your settings to see if your voice is allowed to be shared, so everyone back at home can listen to your beautiful voices. And I'm just waiting for me to exit out. It's taking a while. Someone play some elevator music. It'll be perfect for this. I hope they hear this right now. I hope your voice is allowed to be shared, because if not, I'm just going to be laughing at a brick wall. Let's see, still winning. You know what, we'll start it right now, to be honest with you. It's taking a while. We're going to start it right now. But let's actually start off with the podium finisher of Villeneuve. Villeneuve, how you doing, my man?
Not bad, yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Started in P11 on those set of mediums, pushed your way up to the podium. How does it feel?
Feels good. Didn't think I was going to be there. Thanks for the other guys' penalties. I had the first lap. I had a warning, so.
Well, you did an exceptional race here tonight, my man. Of course, this race rounds off the season of F1 2021 for prospects. And finishing it off in the best way on the podium. Like, are you looking forward to the new season?
Oh yeah, of course. With the new game, I heard curbs are not your friend, and I usually don't go much on curbs, so I guess it's probably be good for me.
And same goes with the throttle. But as you finished off on the podium, any quick shoutouts for anyone back at home, maybe family, maybe some friends in the chat?
Nah.
Come on. Come on. Okay.
I got nothing.
Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish. Thank you so much for coming in for the quick interview, and we'll see you on F1 22.
Yes,
but
sir.
Now, the two main men who led the championship through a few rounds, but tonight comes on top of Guitar Man Khan. But I'm actually going to interview both of you at the same time, because after today's performance, you both deserve to be champion, because you two have had an amazing season from start to finish. A little bit of conflicts, but overall, as today's race shows, a lot of respect and a lot of sportsmanship between the two to round off the season in the best way. Congratulations to both of you. Craigie, you started off, and then we'll go to Guitar Man Khan. How does it feel to round off the season in P1 and P2?
Oh, it was great. I tried to do a formation start on qualifying as well, so just the respect thing. Guitar Man deserved what he got. Yeah, I was just the better man on over the 10 races, if you guess. It's just yeah. And then when I heard I heard you in the comments saying he spun, so I slowed down. I was running out of fuel, but I didn't run out of fuel then. It didn't run out of fuel till halfway through the last lap, to be honest. But I was just mucking about. I didn't want to leave Guitar Man behind. I had a massive lead before the pit stop, so I just wanted to finish off in style, close quarters, since that's what the quad championship was. So.
And for you, Guitar Man Con, how does it feel to run off the season with not just a podium finish, but also with a lot of respect for you guys' rivalry throughout the season? How does it feel to kick off F1 2021? Well, not kick off, but end it in the best way possible.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
I hear you. I'm not too sure if they hear you back at home. Actually, no, you've been in the podium a few times. You have your voice
Yeah. It's been a nice season. Hats off to Craigie. I was trying to push in that last stint there, and let's push a little too hard into that. I was actually trying to catch him for the DRS and the next straight, but I ended up spinning. I don't know how I managed to catch the car though, because I swear that was it for my race, but. Well, thanks a lot for slowing down. That was real nice. Strategy wasn't my strong point today, but it was a nice race. I actually wanted to try to go from the back, but I didn't think it would make sense.
No, it's been a good season, Guitar Man. You deserve the championship.
Yeah, buddy. I hope to see you in Tier 2 with me soon.
Hi, man.
No, I got something to ask you, actually, Guitar Man. How in the blimmin' world were you able to save that car from going into the wall?
I had it on live stream, so I'll clip it and I'll send it to you guys. I don't know if you got that on the stream, though.
Oh no, we got it. We got it.
Oh, yeah. I was on board with you.
Yeah,
I was on board with you as well.
Because it was turn 12. You had a little bit of oversteer. Then you went through the little sponsor barricade thing, and then somehow you didn't crash your back end into the wall, come out with no damage.
Yeah, but
what was your
tires
secret?
Were kinda, the tires after that was just horrible, but yeah. But it was a shock to me. But I really don't know. I just geared the car down, like I just start downshifting like hell and mashing the X, and just trying to catch the car back, like without it spinning out of control.
Well,
I don't know. It was just reflexes. It was just like legit reflexes. I don't know how I did it, but.
Well, you weren't a house cat. You were a panther trying to get that car set back onto the road, and you did extraordinarily well. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think everyone here in the chat as well as back at home in the Discord, once they see this back, that has to go down as the save of the season. That was absolutely extraordinary from you, my man. Absolutely extraordinary. But one thing as well. Of course, as always, even though you didn't finish off in the podium here tonight, Craigie, you just had an amazing race. You had an amazing season. Are you two? You both got to be looking forward to F1 22 when we kick off the season once again.
Yeah, I haven't bought the game yet, but I will get it as soon as it's out properly and.
July 1st.
Mine's is pre-ordered, so it should be delivered on Friday, hopefully. So.
Yep, that's same here.
Is it pre-ordered? Suppose.
Yeah, pre-ordered. They deliver it on the day.
Yeah, well, it depends on which version that you get if you get it digitally.
Oh, right.
So if you get digital, you'll get it by midnight on Friday. So Friday morning, 12:00 a.m.
Oh, then I think I'm gonna buy that tonight, and so I'll have it.
To be fair, I could play mine at 7 a.m.
Show off.
Yesterday.
Show off. Show off.
Yeah, look at this lad over here.
I thought
willing
it was
to
going to be
pay
at
the
midnight.
extra $40 for a game that didn't work for the first few hours.
Yeah.
I didn't do it last year.
I think how they did it this season was they did it so it came out at the same time for everybody. So instead of it being like exactly midnight in your country, it was like 7 a.m. my time, which was like 8 a.m. for some of my friends, or like 1 a.m. for like somewhere in America or whatever.
EA Sports usually goes at midnight because it says 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in our time. It starts
I've been
downloading.
watching. I've been
like,
watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching the
Are we still
what you
streaming?
call, yeah.
Oh, we're having a general conversation, but the stream's still on.
Dude, this is why I
of
wasn't
course.
fast tonight.
Well, hey, this is just a commentary. This is just some interviews, my man.
just-
I let you
I
just
just-
go at it. You deserved it.
I just realized why I wasn't quick tonight.
Why is that?
I was playing some Gran Turismo last night on my Fanatic. It was on set 2. And
no.
that was because
Okay, hold
with
on,
Gran
hold on.
Turismo,
Sorry to cut you off, but come on. You've already won the season. You've already got the podium. Don't make
yeah, but
excuses.
that's no. But I mean, I just pressed the little button on the steering wheel, and I didn't change it back. But that's okay. But I mean, I wasn't getting full luck.
I know, in fairness, I realised my controller was broken. So I realised that after China that I couldn't brake going into the pit stops and broke my DNF there. Then I was doing tier 2 yesterday and I couldn't stop. I nearly ruined people's races twice.
Wait, you race on controller?
I raced on controller, yeah.
What the hell? You quick as hell on controller.
I'm on
I
controller
can't
as
do
well.
that.
I'm on controller as well.
What the
No,
hell?
Chubbies, you're
Yeah,
just
but
different gravy, mate. You're just different gravy. But
Yeah,
what's it called? I think we have rounded off actually a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah,
But
guys, it
ladies
was
and
fun.
gentlemen, again, thank you guys so much for coming in for all of this season. If you're in the chat, if you participate in the race, or even if you watch the broadcast at the end, and I've gotten a lot of feedback through the community. So I want to thank you guys so much for having me again as a commentator. I want to give Chappers a big thank you as well for coming in at the end, like not coming in at the end, like coming in at like near the midway of the season actually. So you did absolutely amazing, Chappers, and again, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, guys, I always
MotoGP
enjoy all you
background
guys'
right there.
streams. I just enjoyed all your guys' streams. So you guys, hats off to you guys for commentary every week.
well, for us,
you.
hats off to you to making it easy. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to round off F1 2021 here in Prospects Tier 3. The next time you will see us, it will be new relegation, relegation changes to the F1 car to promote regulations, thank you, not relegations. Regulations to promote closer quarter racing. Again, a big thank you to everyone involved when it comes to the admins of Shane, Crew, Owen, Natty, everyone that helps out in the background for every respective leagues, everyone that participates in the race, all of the reserves that give us the amount of drivers that we can for each event. We couldn't thank you guys enough. You guys, everyone, is Prospects eRacing League. And until next time, lots of love and stay safe, everybody. We will see you in F1 22.